over negative
What did you
32.
say about my chair?
But it's 2 times negative, so yeah, negative 32. Okay.
What did you say about my chair?
Negative 20 over negative.
I said it was sus.
It is a little sus. He fell off of it yesterday.
Very sus.
I broke the
Very-
chair, and I'm now using the back of the seat for it.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Daniel's very cheap.
You see my chair? It's not even sus at all.
That's a pretty good chair, Alejandro. Good back
It's a-
support.
You should get a gaming chair.
It's a luxury.
Back support.
Oh, I have a gaming chair. Just it's in my uncle's house.
All right, like Tyrone is saying, less chairs, more math. All right, so we have negative 20 over negative 32. We need to simplify that. Can anybody do that for me? How do I simplify negative 20 over negative 32?
Divided by 4. 4.
Mm-hmm. So what do I
I
get?
beat you to it, Daniel. 5 over 8.
5 over 8. Awesome. That's my x value, but I'm not done yet, am I?
No.
So I know this is going to be 5 over 8. We can use decimals since it's talking about feet and seconds. So actually, let's divide that. What's 5 divided by 8?
0.625.
0.625. So I know my vertex is going to be 0.625 comma something. What do I do now?
Plug it back in.
Plug it in.
Plug it in. So f of 0.625. Calculators out. We're going to need them for this.
No.
Okay. Here we go. 0.625 to the power of 2.
It is 0.390625.
Okay, now go ahead and multiply that by 16. Negative.
It is negative 6.25.
Just 0.25 or 0.825? What did you say?
No, it's just 0.25.
Okay, good. Awesome. All right, then 2 times 0.625.
1.25.
1.25 plus 4. Go ahead using your calculators. What do we get? Negative 6.25 plus 1.25 plus 4.
1.
7.5. Wait,
I got 1, but I did it mentally, so I could be wrong.
hold on. I need some more time.
Yeah, because 6.25 plus 1.25 is 5. Negative 5, sorry. Plus 4. Oh, no, that's negative 1. Let me just do it on the calculator.
Oh, this should be a 20. That's why. I was like, why are we getting a negative number? That makes no sense. My bad, guys. This should be a 20, not a 2. I made that mistake.
It's messing up 101.
So
Okay.
0.625 times 20.
12.5.
12.5. There we go. Now let's get it.
It is 10.25.
Good. 10.25. So 0.625 comma 10.25. That's the vertex. But which of those numbers represents the height? Because that's what the question.
10.25.
Good.
10.25.
Good. 10.25 feet. That's the maximum height. Questions on A or B?
None.
All right, question C. After how many seconds does the ball reach the ground? What is that asking for?
Okay, so first of all, we need to find out the time.
Mm-hmm.
We need
Which
the x-intercept.
X, right?
Exactly.
So that means it would be, I don't know. Wouldn't it be like 0.625 multiplied by
Miss,
2?
I have a question. Can't we factor it? Or is that what he's saying? I'm sorry.
So let me, so Daniel's saying something interesting. Daniel, let me tell you why it could almost be that, but it's not that. Remember that the
Oh,
vertex?
because it starts somewhere else.
Yeah, it starts somewhere else. So it looks
It
like
starts
this.
on like the other side of the Y line.
Exactly.
So-
So you can't just multiply the vertex times 2. Instead, we're going to use, there's only one strategy we can use to find the x-intercepts. This is my
Search it
function.
up.
Can I factor it?
I don't know.
Yes, by
Mhm.
4, by 4.
You
Oh,
can
wait.
you can factor out a 4, but I would still have a leading coefficient. And we're going to go over this in the next problem. But remember, when you factor, you do not want there to be a number in front of the first variable. You want it to just be 1. So we actually can't factor it. So what's the only other way to figure out the x-intercepts?
Search it up.
What?
Search it up.
No, you have
Well,
the
it
tools
didn't
in your head.
Do another equation like
Search
plus
it up,
or
bro.
like standard form or vertex, not vertex form.
It's already in standard form. You're on the right track. We are going to use a certain.
Y-intercept, x-intercept. I'm just gonna say random. You're right.
Did we go over it? Oh, and I see the okay.
X equals negative to b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4c all over 2a.
Miss, you have
That's
the
it.
map, right? I couldn't find it. I was about to send it.
I put it. I'm going to use the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is how we find the x-intercepts. So let's do it. What do I plug in?
That song will be stuck in my head forever.
Negative 20 plus
Uh-huh.
or minus the
I
square
will
root
never
of
forget
20
it.
squared minus 4 times 16 times 4. Negative 16, sorry.
All over.
2 times negative
2.
16.
All right, let's evaluate a little bit. On the inside, what's 20 to the power of 2?
Isn't it 400?
Yeah?
4,000.
No, it's 400. Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah, 400. Then negative 4 times negative 16.
64 times 4, which
So
is
negative
256.
64 times 4 is negative 64 times 4.
No, okay.
Okay.
Negative 64 times 4.
Okay, Daniel.
I forgot. It's like 200 something. Like 200.
We already got it, Daniel.
240.
Daniel, we already got it.
Oh,
All right, it was 256.
well, I fell again.
Now we add 400 plus 256,
656.
656. Can we take the square root of that number?
Yes. Because it is an even number.
It's going to
Check
be
it out.
25.61249695.
It's a decimal, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rios, why are you laughing?
Nothing.
He's being sus.
Yes, something.
We're
right.
going to have to find the factors
Not the
of
chat. Not the
56,
chat.
right? And then
So
we're going
in this problem, Perla, because this is a real world scenario, I can do decimals. So I'm going to
Okay.
keep this as a decimal. So you said we got 25.6, right? About 25.6?
Yeah, 25.6.
All right, so let's leave it as that. So this is negative 20 plus or minus 25.6 divided by negative 32. All right, this leaves me with two answers, one where you add 25.6, one where you subtract 25.6. So we're going to start with adding. Negative 20 plus 25.6, what does that give?
5.6.
5.6. 5.6 over negative 32.
25 toilets.
That is going to be negative 0.175.
175. And now one where we add. So 20 plus 25.6.
5.6. Wait, never mind.
Wait,
So
sorry. Yeah, so negative 20 minus 25.6.
Negative 45.6.
Negative 45.6. So this is negative 45.6 over negative 32. What do we get?
Positive 1.425. Ms. Lopez, you see I participate in algebra things more than I do in geometry.
I know where your loyalties lie.
That says a lot.
All right, so here are my two x-intercepts, but which one represents the one where the ball hits the ground?
1.425.
Good. How do we know it's that one and not the other one?
Because the other one is a negative number.
Yeah.
You
And
can't throw
that's-
stuff backwards without twisting your arm.
And you can't step backwards without twisting your arm. Okay.
Well, you can't throw stuff backwards without twisting your arm.
Well, you
but
can't go
why
back
would he
in
throw
time.
Backwards?
You can't go
But
back in time.
Why
That's
would
the-
he throw back? But why would he go? Wait, no, I'm assuming gender. Why would they throw backwards?
Daniel, you just made my whole day. All right. Do I have any questions?
Throw it at the glass and break it.
Do I
Oh,
have
no,
any
I'm
Not
questions?
assume gender.
All righty.
Do they have insurance for that glass?
They better. They better. All right. So we're going to work on this a couple more problems, this exact thing, the quadratic formula. So let's go ahead and get started. This was the question that we were kind of finishing last time. So I want to kind of redo this one and go into it a little bit more in detail. So in this problem, if you guys remember, the function is not in standard form. It's kind of switched around. So what did we need to do first?
We need to like fix it up.
Fix
We
it
need to
up. Okay, so how do I write it in the correct order?
We need to have our leading
Right in the
coefficient
correct order.
is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Disc scored.
So what do I write?
Negative 9x squared plus 3x plus 10.
Good.
Equals 0.
Why?
Equals 0. All right. Now I take my values and I plug them in. What is my A? What's my B? What's my C?
Our A is negative 9, our B is 3, and our C
3.
is 10.
All right, let's go through it, guys. Ready?
No, I'm not ready.
X equals, tell me what to put.
Uno.
Negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 3 squared minus 4 times negative 9 times 10 over 2 times negative 9.
I
Beautiful.
would not be able to remember that.
All right, somebody who's not Perla, how can I simplify everything under the radical?
Multiply.
What do I get inside the radical?
Michael Jackson?
Alejandro, please be serious.
No, I actually heard. I don't know.
I'm about to multiply something.
Yeah, go for it.
Negative 18 on the bottom.
On the bottom, you got negative 18. But what about inside the radical?
That is, how do I figure out to multiply? 30, 38 to 38, negative 38,
What are you doing? Which two numbers are you multiplying?
negative, wait,
4
that's
and 9?
38. Yes, 4 and 9. I
Not
forgot
38.
to multiply.
Not 38.
It's 30 something, I forgot.
Thank you, Tyrone. 36. Okay. And then that times 10?
Negative 40.
What?
Negative 40.
Where are you getting negative 40?
The 4 is a negative.
Oh, you're doing 4 times 10. I'm saying 4 times 9. So okay. Step back. 3 to the power of 2. Let's do that first. 3 squared. 9. Then what you were doing, negative 4 times negative 9 was 36. What's 36 times 10? Oh, I see Janelle's put it in the chat. 360. Good. 360.
What about that?
Multiplying. That's all we're doing. All right. 9 plus 360 is 369. So this is where we are, 369. Take out your calculator. When you take the square root of 369, what do you get?
19.20. I mean 19.2.
Keep going.
19.20.
19.2093727123.
Yeah, it keeps going very, very long. That is an irrational number. Do you guys remember what an irrational number is?
It can't be like divide. I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Oh.
got it. It can't be
Like pi.
represented as a fraction. And when it's in decimal form, it goes infinitely without repeating. So this is an example of an irrational number. So what we need to do is we're not going to turn it into a decimal because, like I said, this is not a real world problem. So we're going to keep it as a fraction. But what we need to do is find a number, and we did this a little bit last time. Find a factor of 369 that you can take the square root of. So what is a factor of 369 that I can take the square root of?
9.
9, yeah, because we can take the square root of 9. So 9 times what gives me 369?
41.
41. Does 41 have any factors? Yeah, no, it's a prime number. Okay, cool. So now I have that. What you can do now, and I want everybody to watch carefully. What is the square root of 9?
3.
Square root of 9 is 3. So what happens is the 3 can be pulled out of the radical, and we're going to leave the 41. Do I have any questions on what I just did there?
No.
Okay. Well, now what we're going to do is one last step, because notice I have a -3 and another 3 and then an 18. Can I divide all of that by anything to simplify?
If we do -3, wouldn't that stay as 1?
Yeah. So we can simplify by 3. Or -3, like you said. By -3. So when you divide everything by -3, we end up with +1 plus or minus 1 to the power, or square root of 41.
Wouldn't that be -1, miss, or no?
No, because it's plus and minus, so either way.
Oh, okay.
And then that's all over 6. So there's my final answer. We're going to do a couple more, but do I have any questions right now? Let's do another one. All right, go ahead and write this one down. We're going to write today, guys. I want to see you guys writing pencils in hand. The more you write, the more you remember. All right, so go ahead. Go ahead and write the function down. We're going to factor it. But remember what I said before. Or we're not going to factor it. Because remember what I said before. Can you factor a function that has a leading coefficient? No. So here the leading coefficient is 3. Can we take out that 3? Can we divide by 3 all the way across? No. Since we can't take out that 3, we have to use the quadratic formula. So let's do it. Ready, guys? All right. Alejandro, what are my A, my B, and my C?
Your A is 3, your B is 12, and your C is 5.
Awesome.
Easy because they're all
In order.
Yes,
Yeah, it's already in order. All right. Janelle's, go ahead and plug those values in and tell me what to write. I'll get you next time, Tyrone. Okay, so negative 12.
Wait, can I do this?
Let Janelle's have her chance, and then I'll call on you.
Okay.
We'll do a couple. All right, negative 12 plus or minus square root of 12 squared
Ms. Lopez, when you teach your current algebra class, kids the quadratic formula, can you like record them? I want to see them sing the songs.
Of course.
Yay!
That's my favorite day of teaching. All right, cool. So there's everything. Now we have to multiply everything on the inside. So here we go. All right, who can tell me what's a square, or what's 12 to the power of 2?
12 to the power of 2 is 144.
Thank you, Alejandro.
Jalen, please do not put that in the chat.
I asked Alejandro, Jalen. Don't steal his answers.
Jalen, if you do that again, I'll eat you.
All right, now let's multiply negative 4 times 3. Negative 4 times 3, negative 12, and then negative 12 times 5. Negative 60. 2 times 3 is 6. All right, continuing on. I got x equals negative 12 plus or minus the square root. What's 144 minus 60?
80.
80. 80.
84.
Okay. 84. All over 6. Can we take the square root of 84?
Decimal. It's 9.16515,139.
All right, so we get an irrational number. So in that case, let's do what we did before. Can anyone think of a factor of the number 84 that you can take the square root of?
Maybe 4 has factor. Oh wait, no. 12 times. Forgot my total. 12, 24, 36. 38. 3, 2. Is it 12 times 7? 84.
12 times 7 is 84, but can you take the square root of 12?
Oh no, never mind.
And you can't take the square root of 7 either. So that's not really going to work. And then Tyrone suggested 2, but you can't take the square root of 2 either. So what's a number that goes into 84 that you can take the square root of?
Yes, we're going to move classrooms. No. Oh, you won't. Okay, never mind.
Okay, let's do this. Let's list out the factors of 84. It won't take too long. 84, 1 times 84. 2 times. 2 times what?
42.
42. 3, no. What about 4?
That's 21.
21. 6. Oh, they're moving. But everybody else, stick with me. 5 is not a factor. What about 6?
14.
Good. 6 times 14. 7, no. 8. No. I think Perla said 12 is also a factor, and I think that was 12 times 7. I think those are all the factors. Okay. Out of all those numbers, which one can you take the square root of? Jalen, what's the square root of 21? Those of you at home got to answer because everybody else in school is moving.
4.58.
4.58. So in other words, you can't take the square root of 21 and get a nice number. But there is one of these that you can. If you take the square root, you'll get an even whole number. Which one is it?
It had cut out. Can you say that again?
Sure. So we're still looking for the number out of all of these, which you can take the square root of, and Emily's got it. Emily put it in the chat. It's the 4. Square root of 4 is 2. So you can take the square root of 4. So what we're going to do is, we know that 84 is 4 times 21. So I'm going to put 4 times 21 in the radical. And now what we can do is we can take out that 4, take the square root of it. So we end up with negative 12 plus or minus. The square root of 4 is 2. So I put my 2 on the outside. And I'm left with the square root of 21 on the inside. All over 6. Any questions on what I did there? So 4 times 21 underneath the radical turns into 2 times the square root of 21, because you basically can take that 4 out of the radical. Any questions? Awesome. So now I can simplify. Is there a number that I can take out of each of those values? Can I simplify by anything? I have it. No, you got it, Jalen. You're right. Because I have a negative 12, a 2, and a 6. All of those are divisible by 2. So when I divide everything by 2, I end up with negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 21 over 3. You had it, Jalen. There we go. Questions, comments, concerns? We're going to do a couple more, but do I have any comments so far? Questions so far? All right. All right, I want you guys to try this one. Start it on your own. Use the formula, plug everything in, see how far you can get, and then we'll check back in together in 4 minutes. 4 minutes, start now. 2 minutes left. All right, guys, 10 seconds remaining. All this chatting must mean everybody's done, right? No, I am not in school, Alejandro. You just fell for my trick.
Yeah, I kind of knew the background, but like I was like, what if she's using the background while
In
being
school.
in the class? Yes, that's what I was
That's
thinking.
meta. No, I'm at home. All right, let's go through this one. This one is a special case. So A is 9, B is 12, C is 14. I mean, just 4. I can read. Who can tell me what to plug into my formula? Is that Tyrone wanting? Okay. Tyrone says negative 12. Okay. Negative 12. Then 12. Okay. Plus or minus the square root of 12 squared.
Do
And
not
then
think it. Do not think it.
4
We
and
already-
9 and 4.
We already know. Okay, there we go.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I won't bust your eardrums. And then 2 times 9. Cool. Okay, 12 squared is 144. What's 4 times 9 times 4? Good, Jalen. Minus 144. Uh-oh. What happens?
I don't know what happened. That's what I'm doing.
We get 0. We get 0.
Yeah, yes, I don't know what happens when it's 0.
Well, what happens when it's 0 is that the square root of 0 is what? 0, right? So it cancels out, essentially. So all we're left with is negative 12 over 18. So my final answer, negative 12 over 18. Can I simplify that?
Yes.
By 6. All right, what do I get?
You get 2 and 3. Negative 2 over 3.
Negative 2 over 3. All right, so in this special case, I only get one answer, one solution. And that's what happens when, do you guys remember what this is called? The number inside of the radical? Does anyone, extra credit if anyone remembers that? No hints yet. It's a word, yes. No. All right, hint number 1, it starts with a D. Hmm. Nobody? Starts with a D. Second clue, it kind of sounds like something bad people do to each other. No, it is not drug. All right, I'll give it to you guys. So that whole, all of those values underneath the radical, that is called the discriminant. Discriminant. And when the discriminant equals out to 0, you only get one solution.
Miss, so I was right. You saw the little thing sitting there.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you remember how you taught us last time about the guy who doesn't want to let him in the party, blah blah blah?
Yes, but that has to do with something else with radicals. That's when you're
Oh.
converting. That's this, Perla. Like if I had, I don't know, that is the same as 9 to the power of 2/3. Do you remember that? That's what that refers to. Anyways, that's our answer. So one solution, the solution is -2/3, which means that this parabola only touches the x-axis at one place. Questions? Okay, I believe there's only one more of these. Oh no. Yeah, just one more. One more of using the formula. So go ahead, same idea, plug in the numbers. I'll give you guys 4 minutes to get an answer, see what you get. Plug it into the quadratic formula.
So you can't take the square root of a negative number, right? That doesn't make sense.
Interesting observation.
That was a question.
I don't know. Who's Miss Lopez? Not me. Two minutes left. Send me your answers when you have them. 1 minute left. All right, here we go. So, let me hear from, who haven't I heard from in a while? Eric,
Me. Oh,
I've heard from you.
I want to talk.
I love that, but I also want to hear from everybody.
I don't want to talk.
Too bad.
Wait, Eric, I have a question for you. Can I take the
Answer
spotlight?
yes.
The answer is yes.
You could tell me the answer yes.
All right, I'm gonna tell the answer to the whole class.
All right, go.
X equals -4
Mhm.
plus or minus -4/2. Wait, the square root of
Got it.
-4/2. Okay.
Mhm.
Minus 4 times 3 times 2 over 2 3. Oh, 2 times
Awesome.
3. There.
Good, Alejandro. Nice job. All right.
Thanks for the opportunity, Eric.
But he's not quite off the hook because now, Eric, since you allowed Alejandro to take that turn, you have to take the next turn. That's how it works. So here we go. Inside of the radical, what is 4 squared? This goes for Eric. 4 to the power of 2. 16. And then what is the 4 times 3 times 2? 24. So I have 16 minus 24 over 6. And this goes for anybody. What is 16 minus 24?
What? 16 minus 24 equals, if I'm correct,
I already see it 4 times in the chat. It is -8.
okay.
-8. Okay, so what is the issue here? What happens?
China's the issue. What? No, that wasn't the issue is the
A
wait,
negative number.
negative. Yes,
The
negative.
negative, yeah.
Definitely not China.
You cannot take the square root of a negative number. This would be undefined. Can't do it. You try it, can't do it. So my final answer for this, no solution. But hold on, Miss Lopez, how can a function have no solution? What does this actually mean about the graph, huh? If I'm on the coordinate plane and I wanted to graph this function, it has no solution. What does that mean? I don't see the right answer yet. It's a quadratic function, so what's the shape of it? What is it shaped like? Quadratic function.
No, never.
What are all quadratic functions shaped like?
A U.
Huh?
A U.
A U. What's that called? Parabola.
A parabola.
So it has to be shaped like a parabola, but what does it mean that it has no solutions?
It's infinite. Actually, no.
What did I just find by using the quadratic formula?
Oh, the x-intercepts. That's what it's for, right?
X-intercepts, yeah. So I was trying to find the x-intercepts. Turns out there are no x-intercepts. So Emily, you're close. You're close. It's not necessarily that the vertex doesn't touch it, is that no part of this graph will ever touch the x-axis. So in other words, where would it be located on this coordinate plane?
Floating in the middle of one of the
Yeah.
quadrants.
Floating
Well,
somewhere. It could be there. It could also be somewhere down here. Either way, well, and we know it's positive, so we know it has to be facing upwards. So that's what it means. When you have a no solution graph, it means that it doesn't touch the x-axis. On the other hand, for example, here, we got one solution. What does it mean about this graph if it has one solution?
It only has one x-intercept.
Mm-hmm. Can we try and be a little more specific about that? You're correct.
The x-axis once, or
Yeah, it only touches it once. And what part of the graph would be touching the x-axis?
Would it be the vertex?
It has to be the vertex, exactly. So what this means is that the vertex is touching, but nothing else is. So that's one solution. This is no solutions. Floating.
Ms. Lopez, I have a question.
Sure.
The first 2 weeks of December, are we gonna like redo this for like every single topic?
Yeah, essentially.